I'm Chris from Paul's Fishing Systems. I'm here to run you through all the steps of flying your AE Condor drone. Firstly, we're going to open up our package here, get the lid over, and as you can see, we've got the drone sitting here ready. We have two types of drones now. We have the manual legs and we also have the electronic legs. On this one you'll see it's manual. I've put it down. On the new version there's a button here which will bring the legs down and back up when you need to. On the electronic version you'll need to have the battery placed inside the drone and the drone turned on. Once you've done that, there's a button here that'll bring the legs up and back down. I'll show you later. It's got the same button on the remote. You can do it from there. With this version, you'll see there's buttons here. You press that button, the legs will come down, bring it back up.
This is the electronic version, and you can see that press the button, legs come down, press it again, legs retract.
So here we have your battery slot. On top, you'll notice there's a catch. That is your lock and unlock of the battery. It is crucial you keep this lock free of sand. Make sure you get a solid click on the battery as you place it in. So we have the battery here from the case. You'll notice the button here, which is your power button for the drone. Also to check the battery life, which here we have 100% on the battery. Place the battery in the slot, slide the catch over, bring it in. What you want to make sure is you get a solid click from that catch. Now the battery's in. To remove the battery in reverse, you open the catch, press the battery out here from behind. Then you can release the battery. Since we're going to fly, solid click back in. So you've placed the battery in and you've clicked in place. Make sure that this catch has come back to the lock position. Give the battery a press, make sure it's not going to move. Drone out, ready to go. We'll go straight in and get our rotors out. So you've got two types that come in pairs. You have one which you'll see here has a P on the prop. You come to the second, they don't have a P on them. So when you come down to the drone, you'll notice we have a P here and a P here. Come down. One thing to always remember, P is anti-clockwise, your plane type goes clockwise. You only need to go finger tight, don't run it in too hard. There we go, another plane type. A little nip, finger tight. Our final anti-clockwise. So now we're ready to turn the remote on. We have a button on the side here. We'll lift that up out of the way so we can see the display. Underneath the remote, we have the power button. It's a short press, long press, hold. So we have a short press, long press, hold. We wait for that beep, which confirms the remote's on and we're ready to go. This is the complete process from powering on both the remote and the drone. I recommend powering on the remote first as it gives you a better connection to the drone when you turn the drone on. From here, open her up, quick press, long press, hold. We'll have the lights flash into green. You'll hear that beep, that way you know the remote is on and it's ready to go. From here, we have connecting on the remote. I'll turn the drone on, same again, short press, long press, hold. As with the remote, we get some lovely sounds. You'll notice crescent shape at the rear, release at the front. We will have a solid white light in the front. Wait for these flashing colours to stop and you'll get a solid green light. Once you have a solid green light, we are ready to set our home point and calibrate the compass. we now have a solid green light. You'll notice both on top and underneath on both rear arms. What you need to be wary of is, even though we have green lights, that's telling us it's powered on and it's ready to be calibrated in the GPS mode. Now that we're powered on, you'll see on the right hand side at the top of the remote here, there's a little toggle switch. Send that to the left, that will give you GPS mode. You'll notice in the middle of the screen up top, that will tell you there's GPS. So you'll notice the GPS in the center of the screen. Also at the top of the screen, you'll have a green R and a green D. Those give you the connection to the satellites. So at present, we're at 15 with both. Here into the center of the screen, we have our 19 minutes flight time. We move to the bottom of the screen. You have distance in meters, height in meters, and speed in meters per second. Also at the top, you have a white battery symbol, which gives you the remote battery life. The green bars, the drone battery life. So now we're all powered up, connected to the drone, and we've calibrated the GPS. Firstly, lift the antennas here on the top of the remote. They'll click into place, and we rotate them to create a V. It is imperative that whilst flying, the drone stays within that V. Now we can enter the calibration mode between the drone and the remote. You take your left stick straight down. Here we have the home button. We press the home button at a rapid speed 10 times. Now we have a prompt on the screen, calibrating compass. From here we go through our rotations with the drone and we calibrate the drone. We bring the drone up, straight arm. You'll notice at the moment it's a slow yellow flash. After a one complete rotation, that will be a slow green flash. You'll also notice our top light has a slow green flash. One horizontal rotation, we have flashing green. We now hold the drone vertical with the light facing down, one full rotation. You'll now notice we have a solid green light and solid green lights. This means we're now calibrated to home and we are ready to start. So now we're ready for our test flight to test home. The controls are up and down on the left stick, forward and backward on the right stick, left and right. To start the drone, left stick diagonally to the left and down, right stick diagonally to the right and down. Now we've started up, we'll go straight up. Once you're at your desired height, you can let the stick go and it will maintain a hovering position. Once you want to go forward, forward with the right stick.
We can make the drone fly right by moving the stick to the right, left by moving the stick to the left, forward by moving the stick up, backwards by moving the joystick down.
We can fly the drone to the right with the right stick by pressing right, and alternatively to the left by pressing left. We can go forward with the right stick and backward with the right stick.
Moving the left hand lever from side to side causes the drone to rotate. You need to remember that wherever the white lights are facing, that is where the drone is going to head when you hit the forward lever on the right hand side. So the rotation is only used to set the course where you want the drone to head, and then you should never touch the left hand lever while you are in the setting process. If you lose any idea of where the drone is heading, you will then need to hit the home button.
We are now going to test the auto return home. You need to hold the home button down until you hear 2 dings, which means it's going to return to your home location. The drone will ascend to a safe height and then will return. After you've pressed the home button and heard the 2 dings, check your screen, it will say auto return to home. The drone will then orient itself to face forward and return back.
If the drone does not go into autopilot, that will likely mean that you have not calibrated it correctly. Then fly it back manually and recalibrate the drone. Wow, that's a strong gust. What a kick.
We are now going to use the auto return home function. To do this, you hold the home button down and listen for 2 beeps. You'll now notice on the screen it will say auto return to home. The drone will fly to a safe height, orient itself and return. You can see the meters between the drone and its home location will begin to reduce, and you can keep an eye on its height.
And this is the drone coming safely back and doing a auto land from an autopilot return.
Yep. So we're now going to press auto return home, hold the button, wait for your 2 beeps. 2 beeps, it will now say on the screen, auto return to home. The drone will reorient itself and fly back. To cancel the auto return home, same again, press and hold the button. 2 beeps and it's now cancelled. It's showing 6 minutes flight time, no longer returning home. And we're now back in manual control, so I can bring the drone down. Yep. So to land the drone manually, you take the left lever, bring it down. Try and maintain a smooth motion. Once the drone is on the ground, you continue to hold that lever hard down and that will stop your rotors from spinning. We're now going to prepare the rod for fishing. Take the large clip from the hand spool and we connect it to your swivel. When running out your hook section, you want to allow the spool to run freely through your hand so that you don't get line twist. Once you get to the small clip, we can lay it here and attach to the drone. This is your Newton release wire. This end clips to the Newton release on the drone. This end is the business end for fishing. You'll see we have 2 weights here. Be sure after each set you give these wires a squeeze and make sure you reset them to the sinker so that your line doesn't pull. We'll now connect the wire to our hook section. And we're now ready to connect to the drone and run out our first set.
Yep.
So this is the trace rack. Once you've baited your hook, unclip it from the end and we'll find 2 crimps. make your way along the line, and you'll find, as we have here, first crimp, second crimp close together. You take your clip, the line between two fingers, and pull it on. In reverse to remove them, bring the line under the clip and pull away. After you've connected all the baited traces, we will come and get the drone, turn the drone over. You've got your Newton 3 release clip in the front of the drone. We then come back to the release wire. We have an empty loop. Simply click that in, flip your drone back over and lay it down with the weights in front of the drone.
The Newton release is set for 900 grams to 1.1 kilos. It is adjustable with the screws on each end. We advise to stick under a kilo while you're learning. So we're ready to go. A few last minute checks. Are we in GPS mode? Do we have sufficient battery? Is the line clear of the props? Then we're ready to go.
So now we're ready to send out our first set. The ideal fishing altitude is between 35 and 40 metres to cast out 500 metres. Be sure to have the drone in front of you a little bit, as you don't want to go directly overhead on the risk of the weights dropping out. Now we'll power up the drone and send it out.
Stand near the rail. Release. And here's a view of the release from the other end, from the end of the cast. And if you just keep your eye on the drone, you'll see the point of release. And here's a slow motion view of the release in progress. This is run at about 10%. You'll see that the line tightens, the weight releases, and there's a little tiny bit of a kick up there in the drone. Quickly recovers and flattens out. We believe it's crucially important to learn how to calibrate your drone safely in a park somewhere, so that once you get to the beach you're not in any kind of a panic. We suggest run 2 or 3 batteries flat and practice the calibration at least a dozen times. Once it becomes second nature to you, then the fishing part's really easy. Pick a deserted park. Never fly drones over people, particularly if you've got the weights on. If a weight fell out of a drone and landed on someone, it could cause serious injury or worse. Always do your best to keep sand off the drone and the remote, and use a landing pad. Sand can damage or jam some parts. If you get yourself a small paintbrush or something with soft bristles, then when you're at home it's fairly easy to brush any stray sand out of the remote, out of any buttons, and out of the landing gear on the drone. So keep the drone clean and you'll have no problems. The Condor drone is rated for wind speeds up to 15 knots. On this day it was 15, gusting 20 and a bit more, and you can see that we did actually get a couple of nasty kicks and gusts. If you always fly it under 15 knots, you'll find that everything just runs far more smoothly.